See if I can film a bit of this. This is the inside of my roof, which I've cleaned off all that gooey, tarry stuff. Cleaned it up and painted it. And I'm going to use this stuff for insulation. I've got some of that Dynamat stuff, but it's very heavy and it's bound to fail, and I really don't want that falling off the roof. This is very good for heat insulation, and really good for heat insulation. What it'll do for sound, probably not much. But the old stuff came to just past halfway, about 2/3 of the way back. The old black tarry Hessian stuff. And for glue, I'm using this, which I've used before, and that sticks, well, seems to stick really well. Prepping some bits of trim ready for the headlining. This is sort of what I had. This is obviously been recovered because this is in a vinyl, and the plywood had disintegrated, but the vinyl was still a pretty good shape, so that gave me a good idea of what was needed. Here's the other side. Got somebody's name on there. Can't quite make it out. Fawn? Oh, is it fawn? Is that the colour? That's going to be quite difficult. These are nailed on, these interior lights, which that's going to be very difficult to nail onto 3mm ply. I might just glue those with some body adhesive, I think. There's that. There's a light off the other side. And I've made some of these. I'm still not decided whether to fit these to the car before the headliner or after the headlining. Whether there might be any clearance issues where the hoops go. And I've put some vinyl on this one. And I think you're supposed to put the vinyl onto the aluminium before you put it onto the ply, which I didn't realise, but that works all right. And for that I've used this stuff, which seems to be doing the trick. And I got a little bit on the face, but that'll come off with white spirit. So carry on with this. You can tell from this one, this is the light panel off the other side. These nails are bent over, so they could have covered this, then nailed it to the larger panel. But I don't see how you could have covered both and then nailed it, because those are quite severely bent over, those nails. I think I will still cover them independently, then try and fix them. Right, back to this. So they obviously covered this is the light panel here. They covered this first, then they covered this, and then they nailed them together, because these nail holes go through both sets of cloth, which I think would be quite difficult to knock a nail through there and bend it over without marking the fabric, but they obviously did it. Well, thanks to the fellow who put this on the internet. Really nice, useful notes on how it all goes back together. And there's an optimum distance for this aluminium section to drop down, 12.5 to 15mm. Well, mine's going back in exactly the same place as it came off. Whatever that might be, and I've done this one correctly, and I've covered it before attaching it to the aluminium. And I've burnt through these holes with a soldering iron because these might be useful, and of course once they're covered up you're going to be scratching around trying to find them, so they might be useful. So put that onto the plywood, and then that one's done. Let's have a go at this one, see if I can make a mess of it. Give that a couple of minutes. Okay, 2 minutes later or so. And I bought this particular vinyl because it's thin. I thought it would be easier to get around the bends. This strip is 30 millimeters wide. And I've chosen this colour to match the headlining. I know most people do it to match the interior. I'm a little bit short there, but that'll be all right, I think. This glue is quite forgiving. You can actually just pull it away and re-stick it. It still holds firm when you want it to. A bit of a problem there, which I'll need to sort out. See if I can lift that off with some tweezers. Not massively important, but it's nice to be right. Exciting this, isn't it? This is where I should have some music overlaid on top of it. And there we are. And that little bit of glue there, that'll come off with some white spirit. And trim the ends up. Job's a good one. So trimmed up, that's my holes burnt through. My piece of ply, which I've taken this pattern off the car because this aluminium is too bendy now to rely on. And I'm stapling this on. And I've found 8mm staple to be optimum. They'll just go through a little bit, and you can just fold the end over just to lock it into place. But only some of these staples go through. You have to do it several times. That one hasn't done anything. Done. These are the windscreen pillar bits. You can see the ends are quite different. These are the ones I took off the car, and these are the bottom ends. And that's just been crudely bashed round. But that actually fits the car. So I just tidy up these wrinkles, cover those as they are. But fortunately I marked these as I took them off. So I'm happy that that's where they go.